basically, what I'm starting the show off, Lana, with is obviously the whirlwind of the talk. Now, you and I have talked about on this show what do we talk about most of the time? We're always talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But now the talk is 24/7 Joe Biden.
Oh my gosh, it's tiring.
It is tiring, and it's
Yeah.
not the talk that most of us want, but it's here, and it is what it is. So I know Lana, just based on interaction I've had with her in the past and interaction that I have with her during the week, I have a good idea of what her thoughts are and opinions are, but I want to get these thoughts and opinions. But, since the debate, Joe Biden has been out. He's been out at rallies. He's been on interviews. He's been all over the place. And, some of the things that he has done has been touted as, okay, kind of a step back in the right direction.
Right.
But there have been a few of them where they're like, no, this is not good. This is just not good. So, that's something that Joe Biden has to contend with. That's something that the Democratic Party has to contend with. And that's something that the people who care about this country and democracy overall have to contend with. And it is a contentious time, and it's not fun, and it's scary.
Yeah.
But, the world's on fire. But the good news is you got two pretty good firefighters right here, and we're going to do our best to put it out. So
I don't know. I look like I'm on fire. I swear, I just worked out. It looks like I'm having like some type of meltdown. It's like even a shower doesn't cool you off. Like it's just kind of nutty.
I know, but you know what? Your best day is better than most people's, or your worst day is better than most people's day. So
I cannot cool down.
Yeah, don't worry about that. So, and you get the fan off, do what you got to do. But one of the first things that we'll talk about is Joe Biden did an interview with George Stephanopoulos, which garnered like 8 million viewers, which is good. I mean, nowhere near the amount that the debate got, which was 50 million.
Right.
But I think we can all agree the debate, most people that watched that debate were probably already on a side already.
Agreed.
So, I other than maybe some clips you saw, but he sat down with George Stephanopoulos, and we're not going to talk about the whole debate, but there was one clip that I'm going to play here that concerned a lot of Democrats on his answer. I'm going to play the clip and then talk about it afterwards.
President, I've never seen a president at 36% approval get reelected.
Well, I don't believe that's my approval rate. That's not what our polls show.
And if you stay in and Trump is elected and everything you're warning about comes to pass, how will you feel in January?
I feel as long as I gave it my all and I did the good job as I know I can do, that's what this is about.
So that got a lot of criticism from Democrats, basically saying, dude, we're not interested in your best job. And I just gave it the old college try. So that certainly got a lot of criticism. But the one thing I'll say about it, and Lana, obviously I want to hear what you have to say, but in that 22-minute interview, 20 minutes of it was George Stephanopoulos basically saying, are you getting out of the race? Are you too old?
Yeah.
And there's only so many answers you can give to this. And then at some point, you're just continued to be barraged. Did not ask one question about policy, didn't ask one question or bring up his accomplishments, nothing. It was 20 minutes of George Stephanopoulos saying people are concerned, people are worried. Are you cognitively declining? Do you have dementia? Are you getting out of the race? That's basically what it was for 20 minutes. And, Joe Biden, for the most part, handled it pretty well.
Right.
Not the answer I wanted to hear him give, but at the end of the day, I mean, Jesus, how many times does this man need to answer the same question over and over again? And then finally, he's just kind of stuck answering a question.
And how do you answer that question? Like, honestly, how do you answer that question? It's so frustrating to keep, are you seeing a neurologist? Are you in decline? Are you missing a step mentally? It's like, he's old. He's going to forget. Like, I am just so crazy. It's like, in one instance, everyone says he's old, but then in the other instance, they don't want to act like he's not doing the things that old people do. They're acting like it's something out of the norm, and it's so not. Today I heard them talking about because they're mad because he left some dinner at 6:00 at night. He went in, and then the people were talking about, well, Obama used to, leave the White House or go up to the quarters at 8. Like that was his thing. He went at 8:00. And it's like, why? If he's tired, being a president, yes, it's 24/7, but that doesn't mean that they're awake 24/7. Like it's just
well, you don't have to be out 24/7.
like that doesn't
Just because he goes home at 8 doesn't mean that he's sleeping from 8 o'clock until 8 o'clock
what
the
if
next
he
morning.
is? He's
Yeah,
human.
right.
What if he is? Your body needs to regenerate and rejuvenate, so you have to sleep. If you're at 80, hell yeah, he should be taking naps at 6:00 if you want him at his best. Doesn't mean he can't be, awakened to do what there's a situation and he needs to be in the situation room. You wake the president up. He's not just going to be. Do we literally think that Donald Trump is up at 1 and 2 in the morning every morning on Truth Social? It is not always him. You know why we know that? Because while he was in court, someone on Truth Social as Donald Trump and his account is truthing or lying or whatever they do, right? So it's not him all the time.
I will say, Lana, though, I would not be shocked if Donald Trump is up at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And the only reason why I say this is because he's so narcissistic that I don't even think he can sleep, because he thinks he needs to be in the spotlight at all times. And that is not a presidential thing. Yeah. That is a psychotic thing.
If he's napping during the day, if he's waking up late, no one's going to
napped during his court trial.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So no one's going to tell me that a man in his late 70s, almost 80, is just up early in the morning and he's just going straight through the day. And then he's up at 2 in the morning. He's just not sleeping unless he's on drugs. It's just his body's not going to. We can act like Trump is something other than his age all we want, but his body knows how old he is, and his body. Trump does not exercise. He's not out here eating right. You're not telling me that his body is this of a young man where he's like just up and just doing that.
But you know what, Lana, to be honest with you, let's not even fall into the trap, because a sleepy Joe Biden is 1,000 times better than a fully awake Donald Trump. It doesn't matter. I don't care. So, I mean, what difference does it make? You know what I mean? So, and I want to go back to that interview in the question.
Yeah,
I was talking about how many times could you answer about, do you have dementia? Do you have this? Joe Biden said on numerous occasions, I will beat Donald Trump. I will beat him. I will beat him. I'll beat him. Right. And then you're asking him that question. And at some point, it's like, I don't know. Do I have to change my fucking answer?
Right. Right. You didn't understand what I just said.
Right. I mean, God.